In this video, we will be finding the area and perimeter of triangles and rectangles. In some problems, we'll be missing side lengths. So our first goal is to find missing side lengths in right triangles using the Pythagorean theorem. And then we will talk about finding the area and perimeter of rectangles and triangles. The Pythagorean theorem is a theorem about the relationship between the sides in a right triangle. A right triangle is made up of a hypotenuse, which is the longest side, and two shorter sides, which are called legs. The two legs are the two sides that form the right angle, and the hypotenuse is opposite the right angle. If we label these sides A, B, and C, where A and B are the legs and C is the hypotenuse, the Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And remember, the C always has to be the hypotenuse. Let's look at some examples. In this first one, first I'm going to label A, B, and C, making sure C is the hypotenuse. So C would be where X is, the side that's opposite the right angle, the longest side. And then the two legs of the triangle are A and B. It doesn't matter which is which, but I'll make A 3 and B 4. So I'm going to write the Pythagorean theorem, and I'm going to plug those sides in. So if I plug in 3 for A, I get 3 squared plus 4 for B. 4 squared equals, and I could keep this C squared or make it X squared, either way works. And now I'm going to square 3 and 4, and I get 9 plus 4 squared is 16 equals X squared. I'm going to add those together. 25 equals X squared. And now to find X, I'm going to square root both sides to cancel the square. And normally when we square root both sides of an equation, we put a plus or minus on the side opposite the variable. But in this case, because it's geometry and side lengths can't be negative, we don't need to worry about the plus or minus. It's just going to be X is equal to the positive case. Positive square root of 25 is 5. And that would be our side length. And since there are units, we are going to include units in our answer. In this case, 5 miles. In the next one, we again need to make sure C is the hypotenuse. So this time I know the hypotenuse, it's 9. So 9 is going to be C. And then the X and the 7 are A and B. Maybe I'll make the X A and the 7B. Again, it doesn't matter which is which for the A and the B as long as they're both the legs. I'm going to write the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and plug in my values. A, I don't know, so I'm going to put X squared. And for B, it's 7, so plus 7 squared, and C is 9. So I put 9 squared. I square 7 and I get 49. I square 9 and I get 81. And this time to isolate X squared, I'm going to have to subtract 49 from both sides. That gives me X squared is equal to 32. And just like before, I'm going to square root both sides. I'm not going to worry about the plus or minus because it's going to be only the positive value that I keep. And I get X equals the square root of 32. That is not a perfect square like 25 was. So I've got a couple options. I can either simplify the radical, I could leave it as it is, or I could convert it to a decimal. In this skill, we are not going to worry about simplifying radicals. We are going to convert to a decimal when we get an irrational number. So if you plug this into your calculator, you get X is about 5.6568,542, and those digits go on and on forever, so we have to round it. I'm going to round to 2 decimal places to the hundredths place. And so I would get X is, and I use a squiggly equal sign, which means approximately equal to 5.668 inches. Here's an application problem that is going to use the Pythagorean theorem. A rectangular garden bed measures 20 feet by 15 feet. So we should go ahead and draw a rectangle and label it. The side lengths are 20 feet by 15 feet. A water faucet is located at one corner of the garden bed. So I'm going to put a little star here and label my water faucet. A hose will be connected to the water faucet. The hose must be long enough to reach the opposite corner of the garden bed when stretched straight. Find the required length of hose. So I'm going to stretch a water faucet to the opposite corner. And what I created, since a rectangle has all right angles, I created 2 right triangles. And I'm trying to find the length of that water hose, which is the hypotenuse of the right triangle. So I know the 2 legs, the 20 and the 15 are the 2 legs of the right triangle, so I'm going to label those A and B, and I'm missing the hypotenuse C. So I'm going to write the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and plug in the values that I know. 20 squared plus 15 squared equals c squared. That's 400 plus 225 equals c squared, which is 625 equals c squared. And then we square root both sides, and we get c is equal to 25 feet. So that would be the length of the hose that would reach from the faucet to the opposite corner of the rectangular garden bed. Now we're going to find the area and perimeter of rectangles. The area of a rectangle is length times width, and to find the perimeter, we add up all the sides. So the perimeter would be P equals length plus width plus length plus width. Or we could combine like terms and make that P equals 2L plus 2W. Or one more way to write that is P equals 2 times the length plus the width. And another important thing to think about when we talk about area and perimeter is what units to use. Area will always use square units. So inches squared with a little 2, or meters squared, or centimeters squared, whatever the units are, with a little square to indicate square units. And for perimeter, the units will just be regular inches, meters, centimeters, etc. Okay, let's look at an example. So in number 3, find the area and perimeter of the rectangle. For the area, we just multiply length times width, which is 12 times 7, and that's 84 square centimeters. And for the perimeter, we just add up the sides. So we could do, well, the opposite sides are the same, so 12 plus 7 plus 12 plus 7, or I could do 2 times 12 plus 2 times 7, or I could do 2 times 12, the sum of 12 and 7. Any of those will give me 38, and I just use regular centimeters for perimeter. And now let's do area and perimeter of a triangle. The formula for the area of a triangle is area equals 1/2 base times height, or you could do base times height divided by 2. And for the perimeter, we just add up the sides. So looking at the triangle over here, we would add the A plus B plus C. Now, we have to be really careful when we use the area formula, because the area, base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height, we have to make sure that the height and the base form a right angle. So there's 3 cases down here. In a right triangle, The height and base will be the two legs of the right triangle because they form a right angle. In an acute triangle, the height is inside the triangle, and this would be the base. And then in an obtuse triangle, your height is outside the triangle. Okay, let's do an example. In number 4, find the area and perimeter. So area is, I'm going to use 1/2 base times height, will be 1/2 times the base, which is 14, times the height, which is 7. 1/2 times 14 is 7. 7 times 7 is 49. And again, meters squared. You could have also done 14 times 7 divided by 2, and 98 divided by 2 is also 49. And then for the perimeter, we're adding the sides around the outside. So 14, 11, and 9, we add those up, and we get 34 meters. And here are 2 application problems. Number 5, an aquarium has a length that is 3 times its width. The perimeter of the base of the aquarium is 240 inches. What are the dimensions, length and width of the aquarium? I think we can assume that this is a rectangular aquarium, although the problem should probably say that. But they tell us that the length is 3 times the width. So if I call the width W, I can call the length 3W, and that will be 3 times the width. The perimeter is 240. So I want to make an equation that's going to let me solve for W. When I find the perimeter, I add up all the sides. So this would be 3W, and this would also be W. If I add all those together, 3W plus W plus 3W plus W, and set that equal to 240, now I have an equation I can solve. So I'm going to add all those together, combine like terms. These are like 1W. So that gives me 8W equals 240. Divide both sides by 8, and we get W equals 30. And that would be my width, 30 inches, and my length is 3 times the width, so 3 times 30 gives us 90 inches. So those would be the dimensions of the aquarium. Okay, and one more application. A soccer field has dimensions of 120 meters in length and 80 meters in width. I'm going to draw a rectangle. If the cost of fencing the field is $10 per meter, what is the total cost to fence the entire soccer field? So we're putting a fence around this field. A fence, since it goes around the outside, is going to be related to the perimeter. So we're going to want to find the perimeter of this rectangle. We've got 120 meters in length, 80 meters in width. And so the perimeter is going to be 2 times 120 plus 2 times 80, which gives us 400 meters. And then it tells us that the cost of fencing the field is $10 per meter. So I'm going to multiply 400 times $10 per meter, and that gives us $4,000 to fence the soccer field.